there are things that we are currently struggling with. Mainly the just entire factory line for oil and such. We are not making enough sulfur, which in turns mean, or we're not making enough sulfuric acid, which means we are unable to start excavating uranium more, amongst other things. So we need to get all that fixed before we're able to do much. So, yeah, first step, how can we expand oil? The mining setup is here. Let's just more or less fill the entire thing. Give them the express transport belts. Let's see. We now have to transport it up and into the... We'll just use the underground transport belt to move everything, and we'll make a single line. I'm researching the atomic bomb, I do want to use it. So and it's also, this isn't the, like, it isn't the largest patch. Excavating it like fully isn't going to be difficult. Just remove everything that is not necessary to the system. And yeah. These were the necessary guys. Then I'll just swip it straight over to a... Oh yeah, this is the large Coverx plant. I do not need it yet. Let's just use the baseline centrifuge setup. Probably won't need anything more fancy than that. I am not making pipes automatically. I think I'm going to just quickly set up that system. It only costs iron, which is not something I am, well, lacking really. And it's easy to set up even here. Like, let's see, what's the cost again? It's easy. Belt, chest, limit the chest to 5 stacks. Simple pipes, just grab straight off the belt, limit to 5 as well. Upgrade these because these aren't quick enough. And that's those guys up to speed. Now I can start making like small amounts of stuff. I can at least start delivering the let's see. I can start delivering the sulfuric acid as a pipe pressure isn't really my utmost concern right here. I can't really run it through this section either. I need to run it either up or down. Running it through the main bus will not work. And around down is probably a bit too expensive, I think. Right, can't just run it back up here and along the top somehow. I'll find a way. One more blue underground belt, then we should have enough to set up this system completely. Then we'll just see if that's actually going to be enough. Like here I can just potentially make another ore belt going parallel to this one to see if that is going to be enough. This one is completely redundant now. Okay, copper plates, how are they going to be doing now. Well, the question is if it's going to be able to fill up the lines so that it's actually going to have a backlog. Hopefully it will. There we go. Just need to cover these ones as well. However, power-wise, the solar panels are increasing, but we will have a brownout. Yes. Every satisfaction was not met, so this right here is going to be necessary. Luckily we have plenty of solar panels. Excellent. Now, oh boy, it's quite dangerous area around here. Let's think about the production of stuff. We are currently not making any cannon shells, which costs what exactly? They are about just steel, plastic, and explosives. Oh yeah, no, these two are this. You just need to make the cannon shells. So I need to mass produce cannon shells, explosives, and radars. Yeah. I will get to that, but one thing I am going to hand produce red circuits. Let's say here. We are going to have, of course, output priority on the correct side, so that only excess plastic is turned back into the system. Then just take a couple of regular bread underground belts. Speed is not going to be of the essence here, probably. Like this, and now I just need some place to dump them. You know what? In order to keep this system very poor, I'm just going to set it up in here and move the final artillery shell production up here. So this bad boy is going to be making artillery shells from delivered parts, and that's in the active requester. And now the requester chest. So you're going to ask for 50 of those and about 200 of those. And then we hook this up to the power, and then the more, well, both the more problematic stuff. Also, these could technically be upgraded to the green ones, which I believe would, well, help, but also increase the power consumption quite a bit. And oh my lord, we are actually delivering about enough. Let's see, there we go. Enough assembling machines. We are producing enough cogs, it's just a matter of getting them there in time. And now we are making slightly more petroleum, which seems to be enough to make slightly more, and then just let everything be. We're getting artillery shells. Time to make artillery. For this we need steel, which luckily I have a whole box of. Just waiting to be spent, but oh boy, I still need red circuitry. Let's see here. And oh boy, I forgot to bring any ammunition. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll go back and get some artillery ammunition, but then essentially that will just fire. Not enough storage. Oh yeah, that's right, I need to set up a storage chest in the system so that they just have a base place to dump their garbage. Or I'm going to have a case happen where a couple of logistic robots are just continuously stuck doing nothing. Right, what happened to the... I forgot to hook it back up, I think? Yes, I destroyed a pole and forgot to replace it. Just going to make a large concrete way. Yep, that's all of that used. Should have expected as much, whilst the range is just some of the things within. Which is fine, it's just going to keep the bugs from settling right beside the wall, which is a good enough thing to begin with. Okay, here you go. And then we're going to just watch it one shot. And where did it land? 2 shots. Here, 3 shots. Oh, it's wiping out each and every one of those. That's... Oops. So that then did end up costing a bit more shells than I'd hoped. But at least this area is somewhat clear now. And anyone else that settles within the area is going to get shot. We'll figure out what I can do later. Okay, we are doing fine on green circuitry at least. Copper, however, we aren't really feeling, so we need to fill up the line before we're going to reach a point where copper is going to get a slight backlog. However, red circuitry, we are actually back on top. So that's great. With this bad boy with another thingamajig. And I think that I'm going to use the spider run now mainly for just movement, whilst I use my own thingamajig to do the fighting. What more could I get to? Like setting up another artillery would be maybe a good idea. Alternatively, I could just go on a rampage. I'll destroy everything that's currently a threat to me. There's 17 times 90, that's 900 plus 630. 1005. Okay, that's actually a little more than these guys. Or probably around with the actual cost, but it's almost a little more than this guy can support. Or these guys. Yeah, no. This space is probably in the upper limits of how large a base I can actually just destroy using regular rockets right now. I probably should just knock it down a few pegs to ensure the safety of my base, but at the same time, a bit too big. Do not attempt this at home. I am a trained professional, I know more or less what I'm doing. Yeah, no. Don't do this, unless this base is right next to your poison cloud, it's not worth the hassle. Save up until atomic bombs and such. It's just... everything. No. Completely gone. Oh. Like large open lakes like this are excellent places to build a nuclear power plant if you wish to do that. Mainly because the cooling you need for a power plant is large. And okay, I do not have it in my fancy blueprint book, but I have a schematic for a excellent nuclear power plant that a friend of mine made. He is a real Factorio pro. And then ensure that no, these guys should have some impasse surface at least. So currently these guys can't do anything for, you know, obvious reasons. But at some point I'll be getting more uranium-235. But unfortunately that time is a bit away. Anyways, atomic bomb, we are about 1250 away. Which we are only missing like mainly purple. So let's actually check what is the limiting factor for purple. Let's just improve that one ever so slightly. No, well, it's a mix of things. Improving these would be a start, and then we could probably just improve it like this. It's blue circuitry, which is the annoying part now. Yikes. Ah well. Yeah, it will work at some point. Everything works out in the end. Usually at least. Still, let's how much have these guys made? I'm in the mood for another personal robot. Even if that's going to break like the nice green line we've had for a little while. It is acceptable. Nah, I shouldn't. Not only did I place it over an iron spot, removing too much force is going to be detrimental. As if we check pollution, it is actually being consumed by trees. I mean, not in close amounts to what I'm making. Electric mining drills, they are the thing. Let me just random it. There's oil down here. And apart from that, there isn't. Oh. There's not really much oil left. At the same time, I think there's enough in what I'm currently extracting, hopefully. So I just need to set up a better system for the plastic production, really. Which does mean I'm going to have to move it outside of the base, because it's a bit too tight in there currently. And if I just, you know, add a underground belt, assuming I have any spare, like here, it can just be here, and then filter along the lines. This should work. We'll also add room for the extraction of coal straight into the machines. And just fill this bad boy. Let my machines do most of the work for me. When am I getting it destroyed again? It's just... Ugh. The transport belts will now have the plastic emptied onto them before the plastic is delivered back. I'm going to have to add up a splitter here. like this. Now we're going to make a more or less balanced line of plastic. Currently it just seems like a simplified stabilizer here will work. It's just a question of where can I put one. There we go. And now we have 2 full lines of plastic and a plastic factory that should keep my system running for a little while, assuming I can ensure we have enough petroleum, which currently it seems like we will. Well, in that case I can like start tearing down these worthless systems, try to keep some order in here. Next time I produce sulfuric acid or the like, I'll just move it outside, so... Okay, if I just deliver sulfuric acid over to this side, I'll be able to quite simply make it. And I already am delivering sulfuric acid quite deep into this area. So it's just to find a place where it's possible to get it out. Here, and where things are getting destroyed up here. The behemoths, oh, that's going to be annoying. And then output onto a second belt that's only going to be there temporarily, but is going to deliver straight onto this one. Oh no, wait, that's slightly wrong. This way we are going to slowly be making some tier 3 productivity modules. And that way I am going to be able to slowly force machines to be more efficient, albeit more slow. And that's just going to be a sacrifice I'll be willing to take. Ugh. Yeah, no, a trip over there is, I think the time is right for that now. So, even if this is slightly painful, I think it's going to be important to have this be running slightly quicker. At least until I can install some proper productivity modules there. Clear out the enemies that are seemingly being angered by the gas, or the pollution I mean. And then we know the rest. Oh. Oh shit, they are actually beating my ass. Don't let them hit me. Sweet. Actually, you know what, I'm just going to strip out these tier 2 upgrades from the copper system in favor of reinstating tier 3 once I've made those. Let's see here, that's it, I think. Let's see, base mint consumption of a assembling machine 3 is less. Wait. No, it's more? What makes this one special? Oh no, never mind, those weren't prints. Meanwhile, these have a unaltered minimum consumption at least. That's good to know, I guess. At the moment, I'm not intending to install any more research down here. There's, of course, no more research to be had. Okay, let's see. Is the yellow science a bottleneck? No, it's just that it takes time. We have enough yellow science and probably enough of the others. Just not enough time. Rebuild this one to make it a little better. Yeah. Now we'll get last of the coal. And I do not believe there's any more copper at all here. Meaning that I should be able to remove all the mining equipment from most of it. There's unfortunately some iron left which isn't being used quickly enough. No significant changes. Our red circuitry is falling behind due to this, amongst other things. Okay, mainly okay, this is the main issue with the green circuits. It's ruining the copper distribution. Okay, so I'm going to need to focus on putting these speed modules into other stuff. It would be a terrible event if these this one was to be attacked from both sides. That wouldn't be great. Luckily this wall... Hell? Ugh. Where is... Ew. At least the energy weapon damage is up now. I guess it's time to research something else that is important, like... Stack capacity bonus is nice, but that's not say it's important. Coal liquefaction is probably more useful right now. This one I also think is more or less fully used, so... Except for maybe balancing the belts, there isn't much I can do here. The iron, while I've capped them out. Also, I'm only using a small portion. Stone's currently not an issue, still using yellow belts. Yeah, we are slowly making stuff. Also, Factorio is a fun game. I played it for quite a bit, even after going to space. At that point, it's just finding out what you want to improve, make sure that's never an issue again, and try to use your resources like that I ended up having on like the main save I've played the most on. I just made as many off-site factories as possible, producing like small things, and then just have them transporting via rail into the main factory, which is fun. But it's only so far you can go before you have to start thinking about, well, what I'm actually using these resources for. Because I made so much blue circuitry and I barely used any of it. Yeah, good times. Yes. And no more accumulators, seemingly. Yep, no more solar panels and accumulators now. Hey. Ooh. Wait, oh yeah, that sunrise was due to the addition of more accumulators, and therefore suddenly it had to spike in order to meet demand. Well, we're more or less filling up on copper again, so hopefully soon we'll see more heading down to the rest of the factory. But of course this is only temporary, because this is only happening because the consumption of green circuitry has gone down due to these guys being clogged up. It isn't a permanent change, it's a highly temporary change. There. They are coming for me, Wood.